Hi everyone. Haiti is a tiny country in the west coast of Central Africa. It is the smallest country as a member of the United Nations. Got its independence in 1968 and it is the only African country which is Spanish speaking. Its capital is Malabo and it is located on the Bioko Island and not on the mainland. It enjoys tropical hot and humid climatic conditions, temperature variations. So if you plan to visit, don't forget to take a pair of shorts. I'm talking to you today about the Republic of Equatorial Guinea. But before you continue watching, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to watch more of my interesting videos on African countries. I'll see you guys later. Cheers. Equatorial Guinea, formerly Spanish Guinea, consists of Rio Muni on the west coast of Africa and several islands in the Gulf of Guinea, the largest of which is Bioko, formerly Fernando Po. The other islands are Annebon, Corisco, Elobe Grand, and Elobe Chico. The total area is twice that of Connecticut. The bordering nations are Cameroon and Gabon. The history of Equatorial Guinea. The mainland was initially inhabited by Pygmies. The Fang and the Bubi migrated there in the 17th century and to the island of Fernando Po, now called Bioko, in the 19th century. In the 18th century, the Portuguese ceded land to the Spanish that included Equatorial Guinea. From 1827 to 1844, Britain administered Fernando Po, but it was then reclaimed by Spain. Rio Muni, the mainland, was not occupied by the Spanish until 1926. Spanish Guinea, as it was then called, gained independence from Spain in October 12, 1968. Equatorial Guinea is Africa's only Spanish-speaking country. The flag of Equatorial Guinea. The flag was first flown on the Day of Independence, October 12, 1968, and it showed the national emblem in the center. However, in 1972, during the regime of Francisco Nguema, a different national emblem appeared on the flag. The original coat of arms was restored after Nguema was deposed in August 1979. The arms consist of a silver shield with a silk cotton tree, which is derived from the arms of Rio Muni. Above the shield is an arc of 6-pointed yellow stars that represents Rio Muni and the offshore islands. Beneath the shield is a silver scroll with a national motto, Unidad, Paz, Justicia, meaning unity, peace, justice. Regime in Equatorial Guinea. In September 1968, Francisco Macias Nguema was elected first president of Equatorial Guinea. Guinea gained independence from Spain in October 12, 1968. In July 1970, a presidential decree merged all existing parties into the United National Workers' Party, with Macias Nguema as president for life of both the nation and party. Nguema's reign of terror led to the death or exile of up to one-third of the country's population. Out of the population of 300,000, an estimated 80,000 had been killed. The economy collapsed and skilled citizens and foreigners left. Teodoro Obiang deposed Francisco Macias Nguema on August 3, 1979 in a bloody coup d'etat. He was previously the military governor of Bioko and vice president of the armed forces, as well as Macias Nguema's nephew. Teodoro Obiang Basogo is president till date. Languages in Equatorial Guinea. Spanish is the official language of the government, commerce, and schools. French is also an official language. The principal vernacular is Fang, which, like all the country's indigenous languages, is a Bantu tongue. Budi and Igbo are also spoken. Anobon uses the Fat Ambo, a pidgin form of Bantu speech with heavy 16th century Portuguese inflection. Much petty commerce is conducted in pidgin English. The currency of Equatorial Guinea. In 1995, the country abandoned the national currency, the Bikwele, and joined a number of former French colonies in pegging their own national currencies to the French franc and adopting the franc CFA. The CFA franc is supported by the French Treasury and is fully convertible with this financial arrangement and the competent monetary policy of the Regional Central Bank and the Bank of Central African States. This has greatly helped to reduce the levels of inflation from almost 40% in 1994 to a range of 6 to 12% in 1994 to 1999. Given the extremely fast-growing economy of almost 20% in recent years, the inflation-fighting performance is impressive. Towns and regions. The main town in Equatorial Guinea has always been Malabo, or Santa Isabel as it was originally named. This has always been the country's capital, marking that the island of Bioko was the economically most active region, with its cocoa plantations and strategic location. In 2000, President Obiang made Bata the urban center of mainland and Riomini the capital. This might reflect that the country's new economic sectors, timber, are centered in the mainland, but it more probably reflects that the ruling class of independent Guinea always has been from Riomini and that Bioko is the center of opposition. There are not many other important towns on the mainland, while Luba on the southern Bioko is of relative importance. For administrative purposes, the country is divided into 7 provinces: Anobon, Bioko North, Bioko Sud, Centro Sud, Kintem, Littoral, and Ouelenzas. In 2011, the government announced it was planning a new capital in the country named Djibloho. Education in Equatorial Guinea is free and compulsory until the age of 14. In 1993, the gross primary enrollment rate was 149.7% and the net primary enrollment rate was 83.4%. Late entry into the school system and high dropout rates are common. Girls are most likely to drop out of school than boys, with enrollment at about 24% of all age-eligible students. Primary education is for 5 years, followed by 4 years of secondary in the first stage and 3 subsequent years of secondary education in the second stage. In 2001, about 35% of children between the ages of 3 and 6 were enrolled in some type of preschool program. It is estimated that about 45% of all students complete their primary education. The student-to-teacher ratio for primary education was at about 43:1 in 2000, and the ratio for secondary school was about 23:1. The National University of Equatorial Guinea is the primary institute for learning. The adult literacy rate for 2004 was estimated at about 84.2%, with 92.1% for men and 76.4% for women. The economy of Equatorial Guinea. Pre-independence Equatorial Guinea counted on cocoa production for hard currency earnings. In 1959, it had the highest per capita income in Africa. The discovery of large oil reserves in 1996 and its subsequent exploitation have contributed to a dramatic increase in government revenue. As of 2004, Equatorial Guinea was the third largest oil producer in sub-Saharan Africa. Its oil production has risen to 36,000 barrels per day, up from 220,000 barrels per day in only 2 years. Forestry, farming, and fishing are also major components of GDP. Subsistence farming is predominant. Although pre-independence Equatorial Guinea counted on cocoa production for hard currency earnings, the neglect of the rural economy under successive regimes has diminished potentials for agriculture-led growth. However, the government has stated its intention to reinvest some oil revenue into agriculture. A number of aid programs sponsored by the World Bank and International Monetary Fund have been cut off since 1993 because of corruption and mismanagement. No longer eligible for successional financing because of large oil reserves, the government has been unsuccessfully trying to agree on a shallow financial management program with the World Bank and International Monetary Fund. Businesses for the most part are owned by government officials and their family members. Undeveloped natural resources include titanium, iron ore, manganese, uranium, and alluvial gold. The health system in Equatorial Guinea. The health system in Equatorial Guinea consists of 4 levels. Health posts in each village of 600 people. Dispensaries and health centers with a qualified nurse at the intermediate level. District-level hospitals and 2 referral hospitals at the most centralized level. In 2004, there were an estimate of 24 physicians, 40 nurses, 1 dentist, 1 pharmacist, and 2 midwives per 1,000 people. Equatorial Guinea is advancing its public health services with an ultra-modern hospital in Bata, the country's most populous city. One of the most sophisticated hospitals in Central Africa, La Paz Medical Center, operates in complete compliance with international standards and employs highly advanced technology systems. Football in Equatorial Guinea. Like all Central African countries, football is the most practiced sport. The Equatorial Guinea national football team is nicknamed Zalang Nacional, and it is controlled by the Federación Ecuatoguineana de Fútbol. It is a member of CAF. The country has a powerful female national team. The country hosted the 2008 Women's African Football Championship, which they won. The women's national team qualified for the 2011 World Cup in Germany. In February 2012, Equatorial Guinea co-hosted the African Cup of Nations with Gabon. It was the first time the 2 nations were co-hosting an AFCON finals. The hosting of the tournament led to the construction of 2 new football stadia in the country. Estadio de Bata in Bata on the mainland and Nuevo Estadio de Malabo in Malabo. The Equatorial Guinea team qualified for the second round after defeating Senegal and Libya. Their hopes later ended after falling to a powerful Ivorian team at the 8th finals. The team was satisfied with their performance since they didn't expect to reach that level. Touristic attractions in Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea has undergone many years of international isolation, leading to the underdevelopment of its tourism industry. Some touristic attractions in Equatorial Guinea include Monte Allen National Park. This is one of the prominent national parks in Equatorial Guinea, covering about 1,400 square kilometers. Its terrain is characterized by dense tropical forest area with several gorillas, chimpanzees, forests, elephants, and crocodiles. The Pico Malabo. The Pico Malabo is located on the island of Bioko, which stands on 3 extinct volcanoes. Pico Malabo, which is a volcano, has over time turned into a perfect destination for hiking and mountain climbing. The wonderful Spanish small town has beautiful Spanish architecture, plazas, plus a vibrant market. The Arena Blanca. This is the only existing white sand beach on the island of Bioko, located along the western coast. What is special about this beach are the numerous butterflies that surface all through the dry season. The beach is a perfect place to unwind all through the day while in this country. Pico Basil. Pico Basil is another favorite touristic attraction. It lies at an elevation of 3,000 meters above sea level. It offers breathtaking views such that on a clear day, one can clearly see Mount Cameroon. The Cascades of Mocha. The Cascades of Mocha are another renowned touristic site in Equatorial Guinea. They are a home for various monkey species which are usually seen moving about. Equatorial Guineans are fascinated with paintings and Spanish culture. A few art and exhibition centers exist around Malabo where tourists can buy paintings and sculptures. So that was it about this tiny beautiful country, the Republic of Equatorial Guinea. I hope you guys learned a lot, and if you plan on visiting, please don't forget to take on a pair of shot. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. If you watched this video and found it interesting and you want to watch more interesting videos on Africa, please click on the next button. So don't forget to pray, don't be proud to pray, and don't be ashamed to pray, because prayer changes lives. I love you guys, take care of yourself and stay blessed. Cheers.